What would you rather have? Ownership or control? Trick question, right? Took me a lot of years to come to a conclusion of the question, but I'm at a time of my life where as though control is the underlying basis of where I'm at. Having control of my destiny, control of my being, control over the what's next, control over the what's now, right? So listen to this. You did it. You did it. You went through it. You went through it. You accomplished it. You accomplished it. You got through it. You got through it. You're getting to it. You're getting to it. Right? You own it. You own it. What I want is for us to dethrone the idea that the it is everything. I believe that many of us overemphasize the meaning of it. We're running around and we're thinking that because we own it, that it's ours to control. But how many of you own houses in neighborhoods where you can't paint your house without a permit? How many of you own a car that if you don't pay a registration fee, you cannot drive that car at your will? Right? How many of you own a business and if you do not operate that business within the statutes of your local policies, your business will be at loss? Right? So when it comes to control, I believe first we got to start with self-control of the mind. And then when we can appreciate self-control of the mind, we can develop internal disciplines that could help us to be better at controlling our destiny. These are lessons that I'm learning in real time. Not from just reading books, not from just watching the YouTube videos, not just from talking to influencers or mentors, but all of it. All of it. But what's more important is the moments. It's never the it. There are many things that I've gotten to accomplish in my life, and it was never the it. It was never because I accomplished it that made me proud. It was the moments. I owned the moments. I controlled the momentum. See, when we control the momentum, it's then that allows us to be committed and drive with consistency. And from what I'm learning, the elites of the world, both mentally, spiritually, physically, however you have it, it's always the ones that's in control. The Most High. Control. Grant you ownership of some Earth's physical resources, but just one windstorm could tear it all away. Just one flood could vanish it all away. And then what? What did you lose? You lost control. Your car. My stepdad's car. Back when I was 21 years old. He owned the car. But he lost control of that vehicle. And when he lost control of that vehicle, it took his life. So family, control is the basis. And it starts with self. It starts with self. So if you've ever found yourself in a space, in a place, in a position where as though you lacked control, then it was no way that you truly owned the moment. Because the only way that you can own a moment is when you control your momentum. Ladies and gentlemen, let's control our momentum. Let's big up on momentum. It does not matter who you are, where you come from, what you're doing. It's about being in control of our godliness. We are all put here for a moment. That's all we get. If you look at our life compared to how long the trees that uproots from beneath us are living, you would have to agree we are only here for a moment. I got trees that's in my backyard that's probably older than me, probably older than my mother, probably older than my late grandmother, probably older than my late great-great-grandmother. So you cannot tell me that control is not of the utmost importance. So when I heard Jay-Z say, own nothing, control everything, I said, man, you know what? I've been doing this thing wrong. I've been thinking all this time that it's about owning this and owning that, owning this and owning that, on to this, then on to that. When the whole time, man, it's about leverage. It's about what are you in control of? What trust are you putting in to action that gives your family control? What decisions are you making even when your physical presence is not there? Your influence is so big that you don't always have to be there. Somebody else is there to represent you and say, okay, if so-and-so was here, he would do this. Players, your favorite football players, when you are out watching a game, they making big plays. But guess what they're wearing? You ever see them headsets that I wear on my head, family? That's what they're wearing. Why? Why are they mic'd up? Why do they got playbooks in there on their arms? Because of what? Control. Who's controlling? You want to know why you hear a lot of the music that you hear on the radio? Why artists are talking about owning their royalties and owning their masters. Yeah, you can own your masters all you want. But the way that music get to our ears, vibrate our frequencies, feel it in our bones, touches our hearts, it's because of the machines that's paying them. Control. So, when we think of control, let's start with self. We're no longer watching these big screen TVs, or TVs are now in the palm of our hands. We're no longer using a remote control, right, to decide what it is that we are watching that's being projected to us, right? We're now using our fingers on a touch screen, on a phone that we own. But how many of us is in control of what we are allowing ourselves to bring into our minds so that we can make everyday decisions, showing that we own our time and we are in control of it? Because that's the real it, family. The real it is the time that you want to be in control of. Make every moment count. I met a brother at the Invest Fest. I would love to hook up with him. Financially, we have some things that we can get going together. And I foresee it. We've had a break in communications. Everything happens for a reason. I am going through a season in my life where as though I am regaining control. So in due time, when that time comes, we're going to do some great things. But the most paramount memory that I have of this guy is when I seen his shirt and it said 1444. And our conversation was about making every moment count. And he brought up a point. He said, make every minute count. And he said, my shirt says this because he has a podcast that he likes to get up and running. And on that podcast, it's centered around the idea that in one day, we have 1,444 minutes. And the idea is to make every moment of that minute count. Because whether you count it or whether someone else has to count it for you, that time is accounted for. And at the end of the day, when you go to cash in your time card, you have to ask yourself, did you make every moment count? Because tomorrow is just a preview of what's to come for what you're doing today. So when tomorrow comes and you wake up to see tomorrow, you have to ask, did I do what was necessary to show my appreciation for the amount of control that God has given me? And I'm going to end these words at that. I have a 1 mile run that I need to get to, and I'm going to exercise control, family. I want you all to make it a good day, a great evening, wherever you're at, whatever time zone that you're in. I ask that you please share this message. I am on a mission to strengthen the awareness of self-control, of discipline, of commitment, of consistency. And I need you guys' help with spreading these videos, spreading these messages. I'm calling on our counselors, our developers, our coaches, mentors to help me shape my stories, family, because I have experiences, I have situations that I've been through over my 35 years of living that I'm pretty sure that other people across the world could benefit from hearing if only I had the right exposure and the right training to help get my message in a more effective delivery is possible. I need your guys' help. So if you can like this video, share this video, make people aware of my brand, I would gladly appreciate it. Peace.